Talk Audio. Welcome to this special edition of Binary Dreams Tech Talk, or rather, the first episode of a special series within our audio format, in which we get to the bottom of terms and professions from the world of IT. In this special series, we talk to Rudraksh Bovalkar about responsible AI. Rudraksh is the global lead of Accenture's Responsible AI program and explains the term, but also tells us where we all come into contact with responsible AI and why it is so important. This first episode serves as an introduction to the topic, while further editions will focus on specific fields of application or other aspects in detail. Now, hello Rudy. How would you explain the term responsible AI to your grandma?
Engendering trust with AI is responsible AI, covering policies, legalities, and compliance aspect, bringing everything together as part of making the AI trustworthy as well as explainable, and helping provide a sense of responsibility with AI so that humans who are getting influenced day in, day out by AI are not getting impacted in a bad way.
Why and for whom is responsible AI important?
Responsible AI is important for everyone. We are surrounded with applications which are using algorithms to crunch data, to generate insights, and then influence our decisions, whether it is a recommendation to buy a certain product or a recommendation on a particular video to watch on Netflix or a certain news feed on social media is getting influenced based on your input, based on your behavior. So it is very important that we have certain principles, compliance, and policies mapped with the work that AI is doing so that it is not impacting anyone in a bad way.
What negative consequences could there be if an AI doesn't act responsibly?
For example, a company hiring people may use AI and end up hiring wrong gender based on the bias in the data that may impact the applicants, or insurance company that is using AI to take decision on which customer qualifies for which policy from the insurance perspective, whether it is auto, health, or life, can impact based on the bias in the data and in turn reject the applicant.
Right. Where do people in their private lives get in contact with responsible AI?
It may not be explicit as a responsible AI when people are getting impacted with applications, services which are using AI. Because, for example, if you are going to a bank to apply for a credit card or even apply for a credit card limit increase, what happens is there is an AI at the back end that is making a decision. It learns, and when it learns, the quality of data, the bias in the algorithm, or any external impacting factor can also make an AI learn wrong things and implement the decision in a wrong way. That's why anyone and everyone in this world is impacted with AI. And if it is impacting everyone, responsible AI has to be the center point of it. And that's how responsible AI touches everyone around the world.
How is responsible AI related to ethical AI or trustworthy AI?
Responsible AI is a bigger umbrella which has multiple principles associated with it, like transparency, fairness, privacy, sustainability, and many more. So, when we talk about ethical AI, it is about implementing right controls and metrics. So, for example, an app recommending only certain restaurants in a certain area which is wealthy, but providing negative feedback or not recommending restaurants in not so good areas, but they make good food. But due to this bias in the algorithm, they are losing business. So that creates untrustworthiness as well as ethical issues. And on the trustworthy side, The additional point that I want to highlight is when you have, let's say, explainability or a bigger umbrella, transparency, where you can understand the logic from the business perspective as well as from the technical perspective. This helps in defining how and why the AI is taking this decision and why this particular data element influenced that decision. And that substitute for trustworthiness within an AI so that you know what AI is doing.
What is your job as a global lead of Accenture's Responsible AI program?
So, as part of the day-to-day lead for the internal responsible AI program at Accenture, I'm responsible to bring various working streams together. We are covering the operating model, bringing in the best minds from the compliance and regulations onto the table, and then also developing frameworks and architecture to define a working platform that can be used as a one-stop shop to address all the requirements. We are also creating awareness within Accenture through change management driven by training, as well as letting everyone know what role they play in making all the client engagements as well as internal processes more responsible. So we are finding out ways to embed more and more principles with respect to responsible AI into our AI enabled workflows.
And what do opponents say about responsible AI? What about challenges?
I don't see any opponents to responsible AI, rather more and more supporters. But definitely there are a lot of challenges with respect to implementing responsible AI. If you are looking at smaller companies, for example, SMBs, which is the backbone of a German-speaking world, that is where implementing responsible AI, proper governance is still manageable. I'm not saying it's easy or a cakewalk. It will still take some time and patience. But for bigger organizations where AI is embedded everywhere, we have to make sure that we are doing proper discovery, enabling people with proper change management, and most importantly, we have to see, and that's where I think majority of the big organization will have to agree on is top-down push. So we have to map the strategic goals of the company with proper responsible AI enablement requirements and push the message down from the CXOs to the analyst level where they are implementing day in, day out the products enabled through AI.
Thank you, Rudy, and thank you, dear listeners. Tune in to the next episode in 2 weeks, where we'll talk about regulations and compliance regarding responsible AI in the European Union. Thanks and goodbye. Tech Talk Audio.